Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is your boy Ears. Hope you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. And in this video, we're going to be going over a lot of common mistakes that I see a lot of players making when they are trying to create a best class setup here in Modern Warfare. Now, ever since I started doing gameplay breakdowns and looking at your guys' class setups, looking at your guys' playstyle, I've been noticing a lot of common occurrences that are happening that are actually costing you a lot of your streaks and resulting in choking nukes, or just ultimately why your KDs are the way they are. Now, in this video, we're going to be starting off with a blank canvas and building a class setup that is universal for any type of playstyle, aggressive or kind of a sit back, post up, passive style of play. If you guys do enjoy this video, the like goal on this specific video is going to be 350 likes. And if you guys want to see any more best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, or any more gameplay breakdowns, or when I analyze and break down my gameplay or potentially break down your gameplay to help you guys improve, make sure you guys absolutely smash like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified immediately when I upload a new video. So let's get right into it. So we're actually going to be starting off with the perks, as you guys can see here, and this is going to be really important. Now, when you guys start creating your first best class setup, you're probably going to be given the options of running double time, restock, or tune-up. Now, the best perk in perk 1 on this game is going to be EOD. There's absolutely no reason to run any other perk in this game unless you're going to be running quick fix. Now, there's going to be a exception when running quick fix, and this is a mistake that personally I have been making up until this point, but we're gonna be getting into that. But if you guys are aggressive style players, if you guys are passive style players, running EOD is gonna be the absolute best perk to run in the tier 1 category. So I recommend you guys going ahead and doing this. Now, in the perk 2 or tier 2 category, I'm referring to the perk says tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 in the slots. The absolute best option are either going to be restock or it's going to be ghost. Now, if you guys are running EOD, the next best option in my personal opinion is going to be ghost. And I'm be going ahead and getting into this and explaining why later on in the video. Ghost is going to be your best option in this game because you're going to be undetectable by UAVs, radar drones, as well as heartbeat sensors. When you guys are coupling EOD and ghost together, you can play an aggressive style player pushing around the map and not really having to worry about Bettys or claymores, and you can also be a defensive style player, being able to lock down a location without being seen and also not being thrown out of that location by explosives. All these need to work hand in hand. You have to have a class setup that works in tandem. I see a lot of players running high alert, I see a lot of players running hardline, and I see a lot of players also running overkill. Now, overkill realistically is a fantastic perk, but it's only going to be really good when you're running a specialist loadout. Except the fact that we're trying to create a best class setup for players who are trying to improve, specialist is going to be some for one of the more advanced style players. So we're going to be skipping over overkill. So ghost is going to be your best option, or restock in the tier 2 category, but that's going to be dependent on your class setup, specifically the perk in your tier 1. Now, for perk 3 or tier 3, the best option, no matter what, no shot, no question about it, is going to be tracker. Now, tracker is going to be allowing us to leave enemies leave behind a footprint trail, see markers at enemy death locations, and hide the death markers of enemies you kill. This is the best perk in the entire game in the perk 3/tier 3 category. Tracker is fantastic for any type of player. It allows you to kind of understand the spawn rotations, and also if you guys are trying to flank and get into the enemy spawn, when you kill enemies, their death icon will not be shown, so you can continue to flank, and you can also figure out where people are coming from and where people are going, because you're going to be able to see the trail of footsteps on the ground. It is hands down the best perk in the entire game in the perk 3 category. Now, we're going to be going back to the tier 1. Now, if you guys do not want to run EOD, the second best option in the tier 1 category out of all these are going to be quick fix. Now, quick fix, it allows you to kill players immediately and you start to regenerate your health as soon as you do that. So it's kind of like having a built-in stem shot for your class, which is absolutely incredible. It allows players who are rushers to benefit getting kill after kill after kill. This is going to be for more of an advanced style of play. So if you guys are players who find yourself running into multiple enemies at one time, Quick Fix is going to be really helpful, and I recommend you guys going ahead and putting this on your class setup. Now, if you are going to be running Quick Fix, the second best option you could run outside of Ghost would be Restock, and this is going to recharge equipment over 25 seconds. Now, this is going to also come in handy when we go ahead and build up our lethals and tacticals here in this game, because this is going to be really important based upon the class setup. So I recommend you guys going ahead and running Restock if you guys are running the Quick Fix perk. If you guys are going to be running around, like I said, being a little bit more aggressive style player, not really caring about being seen on the radar, or you're just a more advanced player, Quick Fix, Restock Tracker, EOD, Ghost Tracker are going to be the two best perk combinations to run in this entire game. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and put EOD back on this class setup, and then I'm going to go ahead and put on Ghost on this class setup, and we're going to build our lethals and tacticals accordingly. Now, if you're going to be running the EOD Ghost Tracker combination, the best lethal to run in this game is going to be the proximity mine. I see a lot of people running claymores, frags, molotovs, C4s on this setup, Semtexes. All these are not the best option when running, an EOD Ghost Tracker option. Proximity mines are going to be fantastic because not only are they going to be able to watch your back, but you're also going to be able to judge traffic flow in the spawn points. You could put Betties around the map to kind of have an understanding of where the hotspots are, where enemies coming from, and also it's going to be able to, watch your back. This is how I figure out where enemies are spawning, how I learn the spawns, by putting proximity mines in locations where I think people are going to be coming from, and that's going to be really important here in this game, and that's exactly why I like to throw this on my class setup. Now, if you guys are going to be running the Quick Fix Restock as well with the tracker setup, I recommend you guys going ahead and putting on the C4. Now, this is going to be a more of an aggressive style play style, so having a C4 to throw it and take enemies out when they're camping in an elevated position or camping around a window, or if you know there's going to be multiple enemies coming around the corner, having a C4 with Restock is going to be really, really helpful. You can keep replenishing it, keep rushing, and keep taking enemies out behind positions where you do not want to challenge them with their weapon, and that's where I would run the C4. And all in all, C4 and the proximity mine are the two best lethals to run in this entire game, and that is what I recommend you guys using when running those two specific perk loadouts with lethals. Those are gonna be, like I said, the two best perk loadouts to run in Modern Warfare. Now, when we go over to the tactical, this is where things are going to be getting very, very interesting. Now, if you're going to be running the EOD Ghost as well as Tracker setup, I recommend you guys running the Stem Shot. Now, the Stem Shot is going to be the best for this loadout because you're going to be able to regenerate your health faster in a pinch. Overall, it's going to keep you alive a lot easier here in Modern Warfare, and you're also going to be able to continuously rush and challenge more players because you're not going to be able to have a perk that's going to be doing this for you. Now, if you guys are going to be running the Quick Fix Restock in the Tracker loadout, having the Stem Shot is a waste in my opinion because Quick Fix works as a Stem Shot. If you're going to be having an aggressive style play, especially running Restock, it's going to be your best bet to run the Stun Grenade. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because Quick Fix gives you the Stem Shot. It also allows you, like I said, to regenerate your health a lot faster, and also you have on Restock. So why would you want to regenerate a Stem Shot when you have a perk that does that for you? It makes more sense to put on a Stun Grenade and regenerate a perk that's going to complement a rushing playstyle a lot more often. This makes more sense to me, and honestly, I've been making this mistake countless times, and I've just went ahead and readjusted my Quick Fix class setups literally within the last couple of days because I was thinking to myself, why am I running two of the same things on the same class setup? Doesn't really make any sense. It's a waste, and that's exactly why I went ahead and changed it, and I see a lot of players going ahead and doing this here in Modern Warfare, and it's something that we probably should not be doing because you're just wasting, an attachment slot. So that's exactly how I would build up my perks, lethals, and tacticals depending on the type of scenario and the type of player I'm making. Remember, if you guys are an aggressive style player, having on quick fix, restock, as well as tracker with a C4 and a stun is going to be a great option. Or if you guys are a passive player, or maybe if you want to be an aggressive player with the Ghost, you can run EOD, Ghost, and Tracker, and run the Proximity Mine as well as the Stem Shot. Now we're going to be going ahead and building up a class setup and stopping you guys from making mistakes that I see a lot of you guys making. Now we're going to be using the MP5, and I'm also going to be using the M4. Those are the two most common guns in this game, and they share a lot of attachments between all the other guns in Modern Warfare, and I see a lot of people making mistakes here in this game. Now, the first thing I see people doing with the MP5 is they are equipping a muzzle on this weapon, which is a big mistake. I see a lot of people specifically running the Monolith Suppressor on here. Now, it allows you to have sound suppression as well as damage range. What people do not know is that the barrel, specifically the Monolith Integral Suppressor, is actually better and offers more range than the Monolith Suppressor does in this game. So running this is a better option. So why don't people do it? I don't know why people still run the Monolith Suppressor on the MP5. I see it in a lot of public matches. I see it in a lot of my gameplay submissions from people who are not, you know, hardcore subscribers that watch every single video. I see people running Monolith Suppressor on the MP5 all the time, and it honestly breaks my heart because this is a wasted attachment on this weapon. Now, I recommend you guys going ahead and putting this on your gun. Now, for the underbarrel, the only logical option that you should be running with a submachine gun, literally any SMG, is going to be the Merc foregrip. Now, I see a lot of other people running the Commando foregrip on this weapon, which honestly is stupid. The Merc foregrip is allow you to have not only recoil control, but hip fire accuracy. Since it is a submachine gun, you're going to want to bump up this SMG's ability and any SMG's ability at hip firing in Modern Warfare. That's going to be something that I see a lot of people not doing, and you guys should start doing this immediately because you're going to find yourself winning a lot more gunfights here in Modern Warfare. Now, as far as ammunition, this really does not matter, but for the most part, I recommend you guys running the 45 round magazine over the 10mm. I don't see a really big difference running the 10mm rounds. It's been nerfed multiple times here in Modern Warfare, and overall, being able to run and gun with an additional 15 bullets in the magazine is just a lot more beneficial, and it just makes the weapon feel a lot more forgiving personally. And honestly, close range gunfights, you're not going to really notice it. So I recommend you guys just running the 45 round magazine on your MP5 when going ahead and creating a class setup. Now, as far as the rear grip, the perks, and the stock, these are all going to be the same, but we're going to have to specifically talk about the perk in this category because this is where things are going to get pretty interesting here in Modern Warfare. Now, there are two things you can do with the MP5 depending on the type of secondary you guys are running. Now, I actually made this mistake literally for months coming into Modern Warfare, and that mistake is going to be running fully loaded on this weapon. Now, fully loaded is a big mistake to run on the MP5. You can actually get a free perk on this gun depending on the secondary that you guys have equipped in this game. Now, honestly, out of all of these that you can equip here in Modern Warfare, I recommend you guys running the sleight of hand perk on this gun. It's going to be the best because obviously running around that MP5, being an aggressive style player, being able to reload faster, it just makes sense to go ahead and equip this on your class setup. Now, as far as rear grip and stock, they recently just nerfed the no stock attachment on this gun, the collapsible stock, movement speed, aim down sight speed. So realistically, you're going to want to go ahead and run the stippled grip tape, which adds aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed on this weapon. It's going to overall complete this rushing class setup and build it to your best of your ability. Having a no recoil MP5 you can use at any range, it just makes sense to me. Now, as far as the secondary goes on this game, if you guys want to have free fully loaded, start off with more starting ammunition, you're going to want to actually equip a secondary that has 9mm, either the M19 or the Renetti pistol. I think a lot of us like the Renetti pistol because of its burst capability. So if you guys go over to the Renetti and you guys go over to the perks and you guys select fully loaded on this weapon, it's actually going to give you fully loaded on the MP5 as well because these two guns share ammunition. So it's going to be really helpful when going ahead and creating a class setup because you're going to be kind of working hand to hand, building a class setup upon the weapons in your category that's going to be helping you guys out. It's kind of like having a 7 attachment MP5 because you have perks that work on your secondary that also will work on your primary, and that's fantastic. Everything is going to complement each other, and that's exactly what creating a best class setup is built upon here in Modern Warfare. Now, we're actually going to go ahead and clear out this weapon, and we're going to go to an assault rifle, specifically the M4A1, because this is going to be a universal weapon that I feel a lot of the attachments can work for majority of the guns in this game. So when you go ahead and create any AR build in Modern Warfare, you're going to have to think to yourself, you guys want to have a laser accurate build or a aggressive fast build in this game? Now, in my opinion, for the meta of Modern Warfare, if you're going to rush around and be an aggressive style player, realistically, you should just run an SMG. Having a fast AR build in this game is not your best option because this game is built upon placing your shots accurately so you can get the fastest time to kill and absolutely melt players across the map. And that's going to be best suited when building an accurate build, but at the same time, building an accurate build that has some type of mobility, and we're going ahead and doing that right now. Now, when I see people create an M4 class setup, specifically M4 class setups that are not utilizing specialists, because remember, we're not going to be utilizing specialists, we're using traditional streaks in this video. I see a lot of players not running a muzzle. Sometimes people will run things like the compensator on this gun. I've seen this a lot in public matches. Realistically, the only option you should be running is going to be the monolith suppressor, which adds sound suppression as well as damage range in this game. It's going to be your best option, and it's going to complement this weapon tremendously. Now, we're going to be looking over to the barrel options, and this is where things get really interesting. Now, the options that you guys have are going to be the Commando, the Grenadier, the TAC Light, the Corvus Custom Marksman, as well as the Predator Barrel. Now, the two most common options on the M4 that I see a lot of people running are going to be the Corvus Custom Marksman Barrel as well as the Grenadier Barrel. Now, in my opinion, the Corvus Custom Marksman Barrel is a horrible attachment selection when you actually fully understand how you can build a proper M4 or any assault rifle build in this entire game. Now I'm going to go ahead and explain as to why you actually can build a fast M4 with all of the accurate attachments. Now, when going ahead and selecting the Grenadier Barrel, obviously we're going to have damage range, bullet velocity, as well as the recoil and control. You're going to have the fastest bullet velocity with this barrel, which in turn is going to make this weapon feel like it's killing a lot faster. So we're going to be going ahead and running this. But I think the biggest turnoff with this barrel is people don't want to be slow. They don't want to have a sluggish M4 build. But the problem is they're actually not running the right attachments that actually complement this weapon. So we're going to be going ahead and selecting the Grenadier Barrel. Remember, this can work for any assault rifle, the AK-47, the Kilo, the M13. All these weapons share the same exact characteristics, so you can build upon this M4 class and apply it to any other gun in this game. Now, as far as the underbarrel goes, I see a lot of people making a lot of different things on this. They run the Merc foregrip, the Commando, they go ahead and run the Ranger foregrip. But when you guys are running a max barrel in this gun, I refer to as the longest, the heaviest barrel as the max barrel a lot because it's like the maximum, you know, range, the maximum bullet velocity. So a lot of people not running the Commando foregrip. The Commando foregrip is fantastic because it's going to allow you to actually iron out your recoil pattern. Now, we've not ironed out that recoil pattern. It's going to make it feel like the weapon has literally no recoil. It is fantastic when you couple this with a max barrel because it's not going to add any weight to this weapon. It's only going to slow down your movement speed slightly, which realistically is not a problem when you guys are running an AR because you're not really necessarily running and gunning as how you would with a assault rifle as you would with a submachine gun. So running a Commando foregrip realistically is going to be your only logical option in the underbarrel category. Now, when we're going over to the ammunition, now these can swing a lot of different ways. You can run the 50-round magazine, the 60-round magazine, the 9mm, or the 10-round SOCOM. Now, in my opinion, the only options that you should be running are the 50-round magazine or the 60-round magazine. If you guys want to run these type of ammunition, this, might as well run an SMG. If you're going to run this, you might as well go ahead and run a marksman rifle to get that one-shot headshot. Doesn't really make sense to run this on the M4. So for realistically, we're going to be running the 50 round or the 60 round. I like to run the 60 round magazine because I'm not that upset about the weight increase. But if you guys are, the 50 round magazine is perfect, and realistically, you're actually going to be a little bit faster with the 50 round magazine. So, my opinion, I like to run the 60 round mag. Now, as far as everything else goes on this weapon, I do not equip a rear grip, I do not equip a perk, I do not equip a stock or an optic on this gun. I actually go ahead and equip a laser. Now, since I've been making a lot of videos promoting the TAC laser, I've actually been seeing a lot of you guys running this attachment and absolutely shredding with this. Now, the reason why I like to run the TAC laser is because it's going to allow us to have increased aim down sight speed, increased aiming stability, as well as increased aim walking steadiness. This is like the stippled grip tape on steroids. It works better than the stippled grip tape, and every single time that I get killed with the TAC laser, I do not see the laser exposed, so I'm going to continuously running this and outgunning players, because my M4 class, even though it has a lot of the max attachments on it, it's going to be just as fast as if I were to run a no barrel with a stippled grip tape. Nearly just as fast. And it honestly has a lot less recoil, so you'll be able to map players across the map and in turn winning more gunfights. And that's exactly why I like to run the TAC laser on this weapon. This is a fantastic mobile M4A1 class setup, and you can apply this to literally the AK-47, the Kilo 141, the M13. You can apply this to the AMAX, literally every single assault rifle in the game. You can copy and paste the same exact class setup build and use it and absolutely destroy. I absolutely love it. The only weapon you can actually go ahead and actually have a little bit more of a benefit is the Kilo, because you can run the Whisperer barrel instead, which I'm going to go ahead and show you guys right now. On the Kilo, you can run the Whisperer barrel, which actually is better than the monolithic suppressor. You can run the Whisperer barrel. You guys can go ahead and run the Commando foregrip. You guys can go ahead and run the 60-round magazine. You guys can go ahead and run the TAC laser. And then you guys can go ahead and run a rear grip and make this a lot faster than it really is without it, and have a fantastic build. This weapon overall is fantastic with this setup as well. Or if you guys want to go ahead and copy my exact build, you guys can go ahead and take off the Whisperer barrel, take off the stippled grip tape. You guys can run the 19-inch Prowler barrel, and then go ahead and run the monolithic suppressor. All of the assault rifles can be built with the same build, be aggressive style classes, and be run and gun style builds as well, which is absolutely fantastic, and why I believe this is the absolute best way to build an assault rifle for multiplayer here in Modern Warfare. It literally works for every single assault rifle in this entire game. You can build it the exact same and reap the same exact benefits, and that's something that I see a lot of players not doing. You have to find out a class setup. You have to find a build here in Modern Warfare that you can apply to multiple weapons, multiple playstyles, and on multiple class setups that's going to reap the same benefits. That is what building a best class setup is about, and exactly why I made this video. So hope you guys do enjoy, and if you guys did enjoy and try out any of these class setups and kind of apply this knowledge to your playstyle, because I haven't seen anybody really break down exactly how to build a universal class setup that works for any assault rifle or practically any SMG in this game, make sure you guys absolutely smash that button on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also turn on those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears, and yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.